Fasting from social media. You might be one person who needs to do it. Coming up next on Pastor Bob's Coffee Break. Good morning, Lord. What are you up to today? I want to be part of it. It's a good way to start out your morning. Another good way to start out your morning with some HEADBANGERS brew. And I'm having some of our Jamaican Melooney blend. So good. And of course we have 9 blends in all. And you can get the mugs, the t-shirt, the coffee, the posters, all of our cool stuff right here. WeAreMetal.com. Dear Pastor Bob, I'm concerned that my family's social media habits are getting out of hand. I know we talk less and less. Last night we had dinner as a family. We don't do that very often as everyone seems to have different schedules. Everyone brought their phones to the table and were active on social media but had nothing to say to the family. I'm sure I'm not the only father out there who is concerned for his family. And let me be clear, my social media usage is extreme as well. There you go. And it seems to be typical these days of most families. The phone has become the central thing. And the more time we spend on the phone, the less time we spend with real meaningful relationships face to face. There are people these days that are good at social media and really suck socially. A lot of people have social anxiety because of it. They're not used to it. But my suggestion to you and to all of you is take back your family and take back your life. They may fight you a little bit for it now, but man, it's important. So, what specifically can you do? Well, the first thing I'd recommend that you do is to eat scheduled meals whenever you can. This time around the table to talk as a family is so important, and it might take you a little bit to get into it, but I would say leave your phones in another area, spend an hour eating together. You know, I remember growing up, one of the most important times was around the meal table. In the evenings especially, we would sometimes spend hours talking and you know, it was a great time with the family. It was the time that I got close to my family, the time I learned so much, and it was great. And we had scheduled meals. You know, every evening, every lunchtime, breakfast, whatever, we had time together as a family. But especially the evening meal. And if you can't schedule anything else in, and it's hard with busy schedules and everybody going a different direction, but the evening meal, spend some time together. And again, no phones allowed at the table. Don't let them bring their phones. In fact, silence the phones and put them somewhere else. And set a pace for discussion. You know, let's talk about something important. Let's not just talk about, okay, what did you do today? And sometimes that's a good conversation, but by the second or third day, it gets a little old. But bring interesting things to the table, something to speak about, something that would pique their interest, something that you can get good discussions going. And folks, I think that's an important family time. You say, I don't have a family, so what should I do? Well, fast from social media for periods of time. Daily, set your phone for silent, at least 1 hour a day. You know, I have that period of time where my phone is off and messages come through, but I don't get the notification. And I do that on purpose because I want to make sure that my mornings and my evenings are my own. And so I've set it for silence or do not disturb from this hour to this hour in the late afternoon, evening, until this hour in the morning. And I'm not disturbed by it. Otherwise, we're always constantly looking at the phone and constantly preoccupied with other things, and we're not present in what we're doing. So fast for at least an hour a day. You might have 2 or 3 of those time periods, and then set a priority list on your phone. If you're afraid that maybe a message might come through that you really should see, then set priority friends and family, emergencies, so they can get through. And most phones you can set them that way so that if this certain person calls, they can get right through. That's important, and some of you will want to do that with your family or people that you're very close to, or sometimes if you're on call at your business, you'll want to do that. But folks, it has to be deliberate. You can't just keep saying, gosh, social media is monopolizing my life, and then not do anything about it. You need to set a priority and just put the phone away for periods of time. I want you to turn with me to Ephesians chapter 4 and verse 29 today. And he says, let no foul or polluting language, nor evil word, nor unwholesome or worthless talk ever come out of your mouth, but only such speech as is good and beneficial to the spiritual progress of others, as is fitting to the need and the occasion, that it may be a blessing and give grace, God's favor, to those who hear it. And folks, this applies so well to social media, doesn't it? Make sure that what you're doing in social media is, as it says here, good and beneficial to the spiritual progress of others, that it's fitting, and that it's fitting for the occasion, that it may be a blessing and give grace and God's favor to those people that you communicate with. So important. And folks, don't let another day go by until you make a decision about your social media habits. And of course, there's only one exception, and that would be Pastor Bob's coffee break. Just saying. Don't forget, you are blessed. So go and be a blessing. Hello, Metal family. So I'm excited for the next Immortal Fest. Such great bands, such great people. I hope you're going to be one of them. I'll be there hosting both events this summer. Really excited to spend time with the bands and to spend time with you. Sunday at the first event on the 28th of July will be the Sanctuary Day. We're going to have a service. We're going to have our worship team. We're going to have some special guests. We're going to have a good time. And I hope that you plan to come, and some surprises still to come too. So both events, first July 26th through 28th, and the other the first week of September. Great bands, great time together, family time. We are metal, we are family. I hope to see you there.